Prior to building a website with Dreamweaver, I first of all want to look at something that I brought up in the previous tutorial, in that I said you can add on extra mini programs, shall we call them, that you can run inside Dreamweaver. Officially, these mini programs are called extensions. And to be able to manage your extensions, we use this parallel partner program to Dreamweaver called Extension Manager. Now at the moment, I'm sure you've spotted that here I'm running Extension Manager CS6. This isn't the latest version, Extension Manager CC is the latest version, but there is a very good reason why I'm showing you this version first of all. Just before I give you that reason, let me explain why I'm talking about extensions at the moment. The reason for this is, once I do start building a site, then of course you're going to be looking at my version of Dreamweaver, and you might be a little bit puzzled about some of the icons or buttons that are featured horizontally across the top of the screen. If you don't have the same extensions installed on your system, or indeed you don't have any extensions installed on your system, then understandably you're going to be asking, how come you've got all those extra buttons? I can't find them on my system. Well, it's only because I have installed these extra extensions. Now, if you don't see any tabs up here, you may have these other options, and eventually your added extensions over to the right in an insert panel. If you want to have access to these buttons above the stage, you can drag the insert panel above the stage and you will have access there. We'll talk more about this in the next chapter. Now just getting back to what I mentioned a few moments ago, the reason we're looking at Extension Manager CS6 at the moment is because I have already got quite a number of different extensions from third-party plugin manufacturers. However, the extension suffix is .mxp. That's how, until CS6, that's how all the different extensions were identified. However, with the brand new version of Dreamweaver, the extension suffix has changed to ZXP, and you can't actually install an MXP extension via Extension Manager CC. So the real reason why I'm showing you this CS6 version of Extension Manager is because until all the different extension managers update all their different extensions from MXP to ZXP, well, it's likely that you'll want a workaround so that you can run them within your new copy of Dreamweaver, i.e. the CC version. Now just before I do that, let me walk you around this Extension Manager user interface. It's pretty much exactly the same as the Creative Cloud version, the latest version. So rather than switching to that version just for the moment, let me quickly show you what's on offer and where things are. You'll see the version number up here, and as you can see this is CS6. Then all the different applicable programs that you use that access this extension manager will be listed down here on the left hand side. Now for this total training course we're only really concerned with Dreamweaver, but as I say you'll see all the different programs listed here. Anyway, by selecting Dreamweaver, then you'll see over here in the main area to the right all the different extensions that I have got installed. Now remember of course that all these extensions take on the suffix MXP, and so they only show up within Dreamweaver CS6. And it's the purpose of this tutorial to show you how we convert all these extensions so that we can run them within Dreamweaver CC. By the way, if you want further information about a particular extension, this one right down here, this one called eCart, made by a third-party company called WebAssist, then by selecting it, you'll see in the area just underneath information about this particular plugin extension and what it can do, and then right at the bottom there, you'll see the path that allows you to access it within Dreamweaver. Now, if at some point you decide you don't particularly want to keep this extension on your system, then by coming over here to the main area once more, and then clicking on any of these extensions, this eCart one for example, perhaps I wanted to remove it, then of course, well I'm sure you can guess, you would click on that remove button. Now, I don't really want to remove it, so I'm not going to hit remove, but there's that option should you want to. And if you work your way back up to the top, in the top right hand corner here, then you'll see this install option, and of course clicking on here allows you to navigate to a particular extension you've got on your system that you might already have purchased, and then by selecting that particular extension, then you will be able to install it, and then consequently access it in Dreamweaver. Without installing it through the extension manager, you won't be able to use it. If you further want to manage your extensions so that you've got them collected into specific groups, all your WebAssist extensions together, for example, then by running through this option, well, you can do that. Just as a reminder, this feature is only available in CS6. At the time of authoring this tutorial for you, it's not available in the CC version of Extension Manager. Perhaps at some point Adobe will add it back in. So if it is important to you, go over to Adobe's website to download the CS6 version of Extension Manager, if you do require this feature. I'm going to leave things as they are, so I'll simply click on Close. And then finally here, if you want to access even more extensions, then you would click on this Exchange button, and this will take you to something called Adobe's Exchange, where pretty much all the new extensions feature, well certainly by all the larger companies anyway. Now, like me, if you've got quite a number of extensions on your system and you want to find a particular one, then by using this search field, all you need to do is simply type in the name of the particular extension you are looking for. For example, we could be looking for that eCart extension that we looked at a few moments ago. So by typing in eCart, then as you can see, the Extension Manager filters out everything apart from eCart. Now, to revert back to all my other extensions, I simply need to click here to clear that search field. Right, that's an overview of the Extension Manager. As I say, we are looking at CS6, but pretty much it's exactly the same as the new version. The only difference being that we can't run an MXP extension within the new version. So let's look at that. How do we convert any of the particular extensions that we have bought previously and ending in MXP? How do we convert that to the ZXP format that can run within Dreamweaver CC? Well, to be able to do this, simply come up to Tools and then roll down to that first option. Convert MXP extension to ZXP. Then once you click on here, simply navigate to the particular extension that you are looking for on your hard drive. Now I want to convert this one called Mirage. You can see the extension suffix is MXP. Now I've already got this loaded up within Extension Manager CS6, meaning I can run it within Dreamweaver CS6, but I want to convert this to a ZXP so I can run it with the latest version of Dreamweaver. By the way, it doesn't overwrite or delete your MXP extension. You still will be able to use that version of it within older versions of Dreamweaver. All this tool is going to do is create a brand new separate copy, albeit with the ZXP extension suffix. So if I select that MXP version and then hit open, immediately Extension Manager opens up the same folder once more, asking me, do I want to save this ZXP version of it in the same folder? Well, I do, although you don't have to. I'm going to. And do notice that the extension name is exactly the same as the MXP version, however, it's now got the ZXP suffix provided, meaning it's now compliant with the latest version of Dreamweaver. Okay, so all I need to do is hit save, and very quickly I'm informed that that conversion has now taken place. The extension package has successfully been created. Right, I'll click on OK. And that's how easy it is then to convert an old MXP version of an extension to the brand new version, the ZXP version. Now I'm going to leave it here, but in the following tutorial I'm going to install this ZXP version of my existing extension by using Extension Manager CC so that I will be able to use it within Dreamweaver CC. So I'll see you in a moment.